Good morning. So, 3 quick strategies to do when you're not hungry but you have that craving for something sweet. Ever had that before? Comment below if you have, by the way. So for the next 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to be going over these 3 simple strategies that if you use might work. I can't guarantee they'll 100% work for you. By the way, if you haven't got the Christmas Survival Guide and you've already requested it, do comment below if you haven't. But if you have, I am getting through to send them over to you if you want a copy of our free Christmas Survival Guide, which goes over cravings, curbing them, what to do with meals out, my eating out guide, everything in kind of one place to help you feel more in control whilst enjoying yourself. Anyway, so 3 quick strategies. So the first one is, well, you've got to consider where that sweet craving comes from and why you actually even want it. And I'm going to go over some practical strategies as well. So if you go over, let's consider the first option here. I've said that I'm just craving something sweet. Okay, what are you looking to get from that? Is it taste? Is it satisfaction? Is it to change the way you feel? Just don't judge. Just be curious. Just be curious. What am I looking to get from this right now? Hey Lynn, how are we doing? So that's number 1. Just write this down. It's a real powerful thing to do, to be inquisitive about our habits. And that's how we increase our self-awareness and actually change them. So number 1 would just be, what am I actually looking to do right now? What do I want to get from this? Number 2, to really, this is a bit of a controversial one, but it's just to give yourself 100% permission to eat those sweet things that you want. So if you want 10 biscuits, eat 10 biscuits. Then tomorrow, if you want another 10 biscuits, eat 10 biscuits. Next day, if you want another 10 biscuits, eat 10 biscuits. Give yourself 100% permission to do it. And I'm saying this from the point of view that sometimes it's the restriction or the perceived restriction that causes that. It causes the need to want it more. And we know that when you think about it, if it's in the evening after that evening meal, what's normally happened here is you've actually just relaxed for that part of the day. You've actually just chilled out and relaxed. And if you've had a stressful, busy day, anything will make you feel better. Sitting down makes you feel better. It's why, often you hear about smokers. It's not actually someone who smokes. It's not actually necessarily the cigarette that was actually the most satisfying part, but actually the fact that someone just went outside, got some fresh air, took a few deep breaths in, got away from everything. Now, my point being here is that pretty much anything will make you feel better. If you've had a stressful day, if stuff hasn't really gone to plan, then you're sitting down, and now we associate rest, relaxation, family time with perhaps sweet foods, chocolate, easy to eat foods. Our willpower's drained from the day. So all of a sudden, we're in the evening and we're now creating a link in our brain that when I eat sweet stuff, I feel better, because that's what you've told it before. And your brain will give you a little bit of a reward for that. It will say, well done, man. You're now not feeling stressed. You're feeling a bit more relaxed, whether it's the wine, the chocolate, because you can't be feeling 2 things at once. So if, for example, you have now had that chocolate, had the sweets, had that sweet hit, during that time of having it, you're no longer stressing about something else because you're eating. When you stop eating, it's like shutting your eyes, open your eyes, and then all of a sudden that problem comes back. Now, arguably, we have one more problem in that we've just eaten and we're not hungry, and now we feel like, oh, why did I do that? So number 3 is to write down somewhere, have a benefits card somewhere. I'm going to give you a 4th because I've miscount here. Write down the real reason why you're actually even doing this in the first place, because we often consider the cons, the drawbacks of not having something. Like, oh yeah, I don't want to not have something sweet. I don't want to not have something sweet after my dinner. And we consider that, what am I missing out on? I'm missing out on not having those Pringles, chocolate, or whatever. Now, of course, if you want them, give yourself permission to have them. But if there's a bigger reason why you're doing this, whether it's to fit into certain clothes, feel in control of your food, lose weight, get off medication, feel healthier, have more energy, do more stuff with grandkids, kids, whatever it is, feel better, more confidence, better sleep, energy, whatever's important to you, write down the reason why you actually want to change. Because if you ask the question of, why do I keep craving like sweet stuff? There must be a reason, a deeper reason underlying that, why you want to not have it. Like, what is it doing? What's the problem with it? Because if there's no problem with it, just keep doing it. However, there must be a reason why you don't want to do it. And write down that reason and then add that. So for example, it's because I want to fit into this wardrobe that I've got. I've got a wedding then. I want to just feel in control of my food. I want to be fitter. I want to be healthier, whatever it is. Then add that on the end so that you can say yes to this, so that I'll feel more in control, so that I'll just feel like myself, whatever it is, whatever is important to you, so that I'll feel more confident. Like one of the ladies said, getting up and down from the floor the other day. One of the ladies' husbands was like, what the hell are you doing up there? She climbed up on a table cleaning some windows. He was like, I've never seen you do that before. So write down the so that, and that's a real powerful thing, because when you get that craving, just consider that by saying yes to one thing, you're always saying no to something else. And what happens is often the drawbacks of not doing something are we're consciously aware of them. However, in our subconscious, which we're not bringing to our present, we're kind of just unaware that by saying yes to one thing, we're saying no to another. So it might be that subconsciously, we're actually saying no to having more energy, a better sleep, feeling better tomorrow, better workout today. I actually had this chat with someone just now, one of the ladies. She just been on here actually, which she wouldn't normally do for as well as she did today. She's like, yeah, last night we got in and I had a good time. I had a few drinks, but it got to the point where, right, the brandy's open. Do I go in for it or do I not? And she decided not to. And she was like, yeah, so I feel so much better today. And I was like, you've got to consider, you haven't given yourself credit. You've just probably had one of your best workouts. And instead of thinking about how quick will I lose weight by not having the brandy or whatever, it goes through your head. It's rather than, you've just got stronger. And I've talked about osteoporosis, all these things, risk of falls, fractures, bone health, bone density, all the unsexy stuff that no one talks about, that, let's face it, is really important when it comes down to it, like breaking a bone, blood sugar levels, diabetes, all these things. And I said, that will lead those small things to more fat loss, potentially, because now she's got more energy, now she's training a bit harder, she's burning more calories there, she's feeling proud, that sense of achievement. That then goes through it. Now, finally, the practical solutions, the little swaps that you could make today. So hey Dawn, little swaps that you could make today. So number one, if you were looking for something sweet and you weren't hungry, few options for you. Get a hot chocolate, or options hot chocolate, or just a hot chocolate, like 50, 100 odd calories or something. There's no harm in doing that if it's within calories, a king. If you're getting results, always consider what's the alternative. If at the moment you're having a load of biscuits and you're like, I just want something sweet, well, there's an alternative, hot chocolate. Go for something dark chocolate, sugar-free jelly, strawberries, fruit, mango, whatever. I know one of these loves like dried mango, and it's blooming delicious actually. But saying that, even if you did want those biscuits and sweets, like I said, just give yourself permission to have them if you're getting the results you want. And then you've got to consider, well, I'm not. Okay, if you're not, what's more important to you right now? And why do you want to change that? Is there anything earlier in the day you can do to change that? So it's asking these questions, and only through trial and error will you get to that answer, and that's where that comes in. So I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. If you want that Christmas survival guide, where I kind of outlined a lot of this stuff as well, but in a bit more coherent way rather than me wandering around. But I hope that's helpful. If you found that helpful, do like, share it. Comment below of Christmas guide or Christmas guide below, and I'll send that over to you. And that is a wrap. So have an awesome day, and I will see you soon. Take care.